Welcome back, family.
Welcome back, you beautiful creatures.
We are doing Wednesday content. Today's been a shit show. We're having technical difficulties. I managed to get the technical shit figured out and working.
We're running late because of an installation this morning.
Installation and me locking the key in the car.
Yeah.
Yep. Luckily, Carrie was not working right now, was able to come and
save the day.
Yep. Carrie was the hero today. So we are supposed to do, Wednesday episodes are supposed to be public live stream, followed by 2 Patreon lives, one podcast recording, and then 1 Friday episode. Because of the day that we've decided that we are going to only record 1 episode today. There will not be a Patreon episode after this. We are just going to do a very long live stream today, and we're going to do a Q&A, and we will use this Q&A as content for Friday and June.
At some point.
Or July. Whatever we'll record it up to. We really technically could have taken the day off and just not done this today, which probably would have felt better after all of the stupidity that's happened this morning.
Yeah.
But we are doing the thing, so.
I'm having texture issues right now.
Are you?
Yeah. I need to get this blanket off of me. I need to fix my dress.
Lauren is in the chat. She said, house.
House.
So, how is everybody's Wednesday going? Hump day? Mike. Guess what day it is? I feel like we should maybe even have an email ready to go just in case, but Jenny said you really could just take a day off. We do take days off. We just don't take them often. We normally take them as down days when we don't have to record to make sure that we are holding up our end of the Patreon agreement, because we don't want to not deliver for people who are subscribed to our channel. So. You want something quick to read that will make you giggle? Check the Death Star.
So alegría.
You know what that means?
Only joy.
Only joy. Only joy. I'm reading this out loud.
Okay.
This says, this doesn't have to be read on social. I just had to share this funny story with you, as I believe you two will find it hilarious. Today, while at home, my boyfriend of 4 years was at work, and I decided to send him a spicy, not safe for work photo through text message. I sent a separate message saying not safe for work before sending the picture, and a separate text. A few minutes later, 25 minutes after that, he calls me saying, "So, I was screen sharing during a meeting. I'm so proud." She said only a little mortified, but currently laughing. I had to share this as someone outside of my circle who would understand something like this. I love what you all do and contribute to the world. You are truly inspiring. Thank you. Okay, that is hilarious.
Good for you guys.
That is fucking funny, because you did that to me.
I did.
You did that to me. This conversation right here is about a custom barn door, babe.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yep. I don't know how I'm gonna make it work, but I figured I'm gonna start taking steps. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in life anymore. I'm really just trying. Lemon sent us a super chat for $5 that said something, and then it scrolled away. A win for the week is being physically and mentally really able to actually enjoy and take a shower every single day.
Good for you.
Love that.
Good for you.
Tammy said, you guys are such goals. We heard that a lot over the weekend.
Yeah, I heard that a lot over the weekend.
All right, let's see. Just got back from the park with my family and watered my garden to see it's growing, and there are little sprouts all over. That's such a good feeling.
Beautiful.
Such a good feeling. All right, guys. Well, we're here for your entertainment today. We are making this for you guys.
We're always here for you.
Always. If you guys have questions, send them in. Let's get this bitch going.
You have 100. Oh my gosh, we're up to almost 200 on YouTube already.
Wow.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Have you been practicing your Greek peaches? Nay. Is it Kai? Whichever one means yes. I am still doing it. I'm actually getting really proud of myself. I'm at a point now where I can understand, because B is actually V. So I can see the letters and understand what they're trying to say without actually being massively confused. So I'm really excited.
You just have to speak with a speech impediment and you'll be golden.
Yeah, kind of.
Katie on Facebook said, I just want to say that y'all's podcast has gotten me and my boyfriend through so much and seeing things from different perspectives. Thank y'all so much. That's the goal, man. We're really just trying to help you guys out. That was the whole reason that we started all of this.
Yeah.
Peaches, would you be receptive to a custom-made Cleopatra-style chest harness? I need to practice, and I can't think of anyone I'd rather give it to.
I would be absolutely honored.
How funny is that? Because I just bought you 3 of those.
You did.
Yep.
I would be absolutely honored, and I'd wear the fuck out of it. If this is something that you're wanting to do as more than a hobby, like you actually want to share your artwork with people, send links of where people can find you on social media, where they can reach out to you for custom pieces when you send that, because I would love to plug it on the podcast for you.
You know that is the cheapest promotion that anyone will ever get.
Yeah.
Especially on a platform our size, because we open our packages and show them off.
Yeah.
Especially when it's from a business. Like when people sent us those candles and all of the cool things that they sent, whenever there's a business card, we show that shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Madison on YouTube said, how can you better work with your husband when in-laws, both sides are very controlling?
You guys need to turn inwards.
Yeah. Turn away from your in-laws. Turn away from your parents. You guys are supposed to be a single unit, one flesh. And having your in-laws trying to dictate your life is not the move.
We love you guys very much. We appreciate the energy that you're pouring into us. It's not what we need right now.
And if that doesn't work, you can be sarcastic and be like, hey, do you remember our wedding? And then we're like, yeah. And be like, when we were exchanging vows and they were like, you may now kiss the bride. Were you the one that I kissed?
Right.
Were you standing here? Did I give my vows to you? No.
Were you the bride?
Then I need you to go the fuck over there.
Yeah.
Because this is our family now. And though I appreciate you being our extended blood relatives,
and we love you.
This is the priority now.
Back the fuck up.
Sometimes sarcasm works really well. Sometimes it really hurts people's feelings too. So
you'll still get the hint though.
Sparingly. How often do you open packages? Normally when we get them. If it's something that we know what it is, like if people are sending shit for our kids, those don't get open on the live streams. But we actually just opened something from her. Stickers, right? Grace T?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Bethany asked if I would like some white sage. I would love some sage. That would be such a gift. Thank you.
What's up, Jay? I'm glad you're here. Lauren said, so as y'all know, I'm currently courting a wonderful man. When y'all were courting, how did you manage time spent together? Did you purposely make time and work around each other's schedules? Yes, we had to because there was kids involved.
Yeah. I was also working full time as a body piercer, aspiring tattoo artist. There was a lot going on in life that had to be scheduled and worked around. Everything in our relationship is intentional.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything is with intent. Mackenzie on YouTube said, I'm a new follower and my husband and I are trying to repair a damaged marriage from cheating. What episodes would you recommend we listen to? I love everything I've watched so far. Honestly, just go back from the beginning and watch all of them.
Yeah.
There's not a single episode that talks about it. However, if you guys are trying to repair, there are books on our recommended reading list that will help. But ultimately, you guys are going to have to decide whether or not this is something that can be forgiven. And if it can be forgiven and you're going to move forward, you need to let it go.
Don't hold grudges.
Right. It's okay to have the conversations when you're hurting, but you don't want to have the crazy fights over it once it's been decided that you're going to try to make it work. So guys, we are doing super chats. If you want to guarantee to have your shit read, send a super chat on YouTube. Casey sent a super chat for $10 and it says, I wanted to say thank you to the both of you for helping me become the best version of myself for my boyfriend and for my brothers. I hope to always be able to go to one of your episodes when needed. I love that.
I love that too.
When we were in ceremony this weekend, and for those of you who are in Patreon, we will be doing an After Dark tomorrow night to go over ceremony and things that happen. And we'll probably plan one for 2 weeks from now to talk to the other people who went with us, because we have three of our tribe members were with us. But their creativity was a very big discussion during ceremony. And then afterwards, it was a very big discussion in my head during ceremony, and then a very big discussion afterwards.
Yeah.
Because there were so many talented people there that could just pick up an instrument and play it, and people who could sing, and people who were doing things to heal people, the medicine women that were there, and all of that. And like my envy and jealousy was at full. I was envious of fucking everyone that could play instruments and people who could sing, and like the way that people were able to be there and support each other. I was envious of people's compassion. I was very envious on Friday night. That was a big problem for me.
Yeah.
And I got a download basically that said that our voice and what we do with the podcast is everything that I am envious of in others. And our podcast and doing what we're doing, we are doing this for you guys. We're doing this so that we can help people. And we are trying to fill a void in the world that needs to be filled, and needs to be filled with love. So I'm really proud of us. I love what we've created and the things that we continue to do every day. It feels really fucking good to know that we're making change.
I agree with that.
Rebecca said, for a super chat, said, I'm getting married in 9 days. Been watching y'all since the beginning. Any last minute advice with your evolved mindset since your journey with Aya? You guys are about to start your life. This is the most amazing beginning that you can ever have. And if you work on keeping that love together, you'll have an amazing marriage. Don't become complacent. Don't take a day for granted.
Yeah.
And live in the moment. If it's the first time that you've picked the socks up this afternoon, it's the first time you've ever done it. I don't care if you've done it every day for the last 5 years. The first time you've done it today, it's not that big of a deal, right? Like, live in the moment. What about you, babe? What do you got?
Forgiveness, love, and understanding dance hand in hand.
Okay, say that again.
Forgiveness, love, and understanding dance hand in hand.
Okay. Because I got the first 3 words and then dancing hand in hand. I was like, why just hand in hand? Like, why can't we? Didn't register.
Yeah.
Would you do another PO unboxing? Sure. I mean, if we have packages come in, we tend to do them. Sometimes they're only on Patreon. We do them, but we do them. I just watched Chris's interview on Symphony of Deconstruction podcast. What you discussed was validating, inspiring, some heartbreaking, and a beautiful love story. Thank you for sharing it. Part 2 will be coming. Peaches, this episode dropped on Friday. I think yours actually went to completion, though. I have to finish mine.
Yeah, I mean, there's more that I could talk about, but we had a certain amount of time.
Yeah, there will be follow-ups. We are probably going to be very enmeshed with Troy and what he's doing in the future, so you guys will see a whole lot of that with us. Sabrina said, Mike and I talked about you guys, you both this past weekend. Thank you for both just being who you are and continue to be. Bandit said, Snooper chat. That is all. Good afternoon. Jenny said, Chris said, doo-doo. Katie said, for the newlyweds, you don't see the hard days in a photo album, but they are what get you from one happy photo to the next. That's a good way to look at that.
Can you scroll up a little bit?
Sure.
Peaches, someone else asked how you knew enough was enough in your first marriage. Like, what was the point you decided to for sure walk away? I'm asking again because I want to know too. Thank you. When I looked in the mirror and I hated myself.
You have to elaborate on that.
So I should have left my first marriage. I shouldn't even gotten married. I knew my wedding day that I wasn't getting married for the right reasons. But I pushed myself to do it anyway because of obligation and expectation. So I should have walked away before the day of the wedding. And there were multiple instances after that. I did not feel like a priority. I did not feel like what I wanted mattered. A lot of the times I felt like a sexual object instead of a person. And the moment I finally decided to walk away is I didn't want my children growing up thinking that this is what love looked like. I'm willing to put myself through a lot. I was willing to put myself through a lot because I hated myself. I didn't think I deserved better.
Self-worth is a motherfucker.
So I was willing to tolerate a lot of shit. And then at the end of the day, I had to look at my babies. And I didn't want that life for them. I am the first example of everything that they see in life.
And your kids will follow in your footsteps.
Yeah.
They may not do what you tell them to do, but the behavioral patterns, the trauma, the paths that they choose to walk in life will mimic yours because that was what was modeled to them when they were still their brain was still developing. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Loved Peach's statement mentioning having the opportunity to fall in love with your person every day. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
What's the status of officiating weddings? We really want to do it. It's gotta be.
Are we putting these in the show?
I just moved mine over because I did it to make sure that I remind myself to talk about them. We want to officiate weddings. The problem is in order for us to do that, it needs to be something that is not a cost to us. So if it's in Florida or Georgia or somewhere where we can drive up in a day, do the wedding and drive home, and the only thing that we got to pay for is gas, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
But like people are wanting us to fly to the Pacific Northwest or go
Yeah,
to,
I'm not trying to be in a $4,000 deficit.
right, without charging somebody. And like
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable charging somebody to officiate their wedding. Like that's
Right.
not what we do. I would rather do it as a, hey, we love you, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting us.
Yeah.
Not a, let's make your memorable day a transaction.
Yeah, if the planets align and we happen to be vacationing somewhere, you're getting married.
That would be.
I will pause the vacation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jay asked us if we're coming to Vegas this year. He didn't say it here. He texted me this morning. We haven't figured out what we're doing for September yet.
That's our birthday month.
I know.
We both have a birthday in September. If we do, I'm going to say Nevada. I don't want to be in Las Vegas again.
Well, we could obviously stay somewhere not on the strip.
Yeah.
But we can stay near there, and he could still meet up with us and do shit. Maybe we should just talk to him and Krista off the live and try to figure that out. We have a first-time commenter, so I want to read it.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Ashley said, first-time commenting, thank you both for your time and service into the show. The tools that you have provided help improve my relationship. 13-year marriage and the tools we took from you has helped us prioritize each other in our lives again. I love that.
Oh!
How did you both know you were ready for courtship? God put us in each other's paths, wound us up, and let us go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was I wasn't ready.
Neither was I. Fuck, that's the last thing that should have been happening in my life.
It was a courtship.
Yep.
But I knew that. Cry.
Yeah, you are.
I knew that you were something worth pushing myself towards. I didn't want to have another regret in my life.
You guys are not innocent bystanders in your existence. The decisions that you make is going to dictate the outcome of your life. And when you look back on your life, do you want to look back and be like, man, I really fucking lived every moment? Or do you want to look back at all of the regrets and missed opportunities? And like, that's what it comes down to.
I should have.
Right. I wish I had.
Yeah.
If only. What about? Got a super chat from Thin Mint. I'm so glad I found this tribe. Thank you so much for being your raw selves and enlightening not only me, but the world. The energy coming from you two is breathtaking and impeccable. All joy. Only joy.
Alegría.
Alegría. People are going to start to think that we have brain damage with all this, chirping and hooting and hollering.
I'm living my best life. They can think whatever they want to think of me.
That's so funny. So funny. Sammy said, I have BPD. Yeah, I mean, there's more than listening to you. Because commentary back and forth sounds so familiar to our marriage. He is codependent. I believe he has BPD as well, but not diagnosed. We had our 11-year anniversary this year, but it's hard to keep hanging on. But we haven't given up on each other, but mental health take a toll. We're from Milledgeville, Georgia. I've never even heard of that place. That was a hard one to read.
Yeah, I think that was like a talk to text maybe.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Madison said, would your couples retreats be a good fit for a couple who doesn't follow the same spiritual beliefs as you? Absolutely. Guys, we have so much with our faith that people don't understand. And when they start to understand it, they shun us.
Yeah.
We are not the typical Christians.
We're not Catholics.
Right. You could be a complete, like, legit pagan.
You could be a Satanist.
And
I will welcome you to our table.
Just be respectful.
As long as your end goal is to be a good person.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Couples retreats would be a dope place for people to get married too. I'm just saying.
Throwing it out there.
Jay said we would definitely have you guys for our vow renewal, but that's years away. LOL, we just celebrated our 1 year.
Beautiful.
Cody said, so y'all are in Florida? I'll be in touch. We are in Florida. Oh, Zach, first time commenter. Chris's hair is always so well done. How does he keep it on fleek? I wake up like this.
I do it for him.
Funny. How do you handle a man with BPD? Why do you want to handle him? Why not love him? How do you love a man with BPD? And then the question is how do you not? Somebody's mental disorder shouldn't stop you from loving them if you love them. Anyways, he was just diagnosed about a month ago. This is all new to both of us. You don't handle him. You don't get on his roller coaster. If he's having a hard time with his borderline, you let him go through it and you ask him, how can I support you right now? That's it. You don't get into conflict. You don't take things personal. You let them go through their emotions until they're able to calmly process what's going on. And then you have discussions. Mm-hmm. He needs to be in therapy. He needs to be doing CBT and DBT and doing all the therapeutic things to help with the borderline. And he needs to remove himself from trauma situations. Things that trigger him is going to keep him in a BPD style mindset for a long time. So you move yourself away from the things that are triggering you and making your life hard. You do the work. You can't heal in the environment that you were hurt in, as they say. As Peaches says all the time. She's the they. She's the they I was speaking of. Buff Bell for $9.99. Just dancing in to say how grateful I am that the universe brought us together. I value our friendships and the closeness of our souls more than I can ever say. Only joy. I love that. I love that. Peach, damn it, I cry every time you cry.
Because we're connected.
That's so funny. Caitlin said, I will be getting married in less than a year. Our relationship is already amazing, but your wisdom helps me look for things before issues start. Isn't that such an amazing thing to have the podcast that you can get triggered from a conversation that we are having and then go to your person and be like, hey, I heard this and it bothered me. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with us, but can we talk about it? Because if this ever comes up, we'll know that this is a problem for me and we know how to deal with it. Mm-hmm. Grace would like to see your nails, babe.
My nails, oh golly. For all of my ASMR people out there, maybe do some.
What's absolutely making noise? Ashley Holden sent us a $2 super chat but didn't say anything. But right above that is the first time watching your live stream. But I have been watching you guys a lot since I got out of a relationship with a narcissist. It's been hard, but watching you guys has helped me so much.
Oh, your life is going to get so much better.
Absolutely. We actually have an episode dropping Friday about narcissism. So if you're not a part of our Patreon, make sure that you tune into the episode that drops on Friday. Danish said, any new books coming? Yeah. My book is done. My second book is done. My first book has been done since January. My next book is finished. Pre-order copies are available on tobebetter.com. If you order a signed copy, you get a free PDF download so you can read the book before it releases in August. But the actual release date is August 15th. This book is like the pinnacle of my writing and everything that I've done, whether it be in blogging, book writing, text message conversations. There's so much in this book about healing and reinventing yourself after a hard relationship. And it's not just dedicated to men. Like, this isn't all across the board. These are things that you need to realize about you and what you need to do to start taking steps to heal yourself. And I think it's going to do very, very well.
I think I know what I'm going to name my book.
And I don't mean financially.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to fucking help people. What are you going to name your book?
I love you and you should too.
Ooh. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
It just hit me.
Okay, you should write it down. Make a note of that. A Jones, $11.90 on YouTube, sent a super chat for $10, and it says, I have been watching you guys for a couple of years now. I aspire to have a marriage like you guys. I have used so much that you have talked about. I have become more understanding and calm wife and mom. I'm assuming that there's an emoji in there, but it doesn't show the emoji on here, but I love that for you. I love that you guys are changing your lives. YouTube likes to fill in words for you, and it's hard as heckin' to edit them. Elope at a couple retreat. That was Apple Fritter that said that. You're not Christians. You're a couple of God. There's a big difference. Well, we are definitely not Christians. We are followers of Christ. But I think that our understanding of faith is a lot different than people's. That was another thing that popped up for me during ceremony last weekend.
Yeah.
Is that I'm going to live my faith and my relationship the way that my relationship fits. I don't care if you disagree with it. It's not your relationship with God. It's mine. You worry about your relationship. I'll worry about my relationship, and we can hug it out. It's the best I can do for you. I wish you the best.
I love it.
All chat, all caps. My first time catching you guys live. I love your guys' advice. Always raw and straightforward. 100. Thank you, Mariah. Lil Miss Heal Yourself. That's a cool name. What you guys doing on 7/7? That's July, right?
She's in my Sacred Sisterhood group.
Is that July 7?
It is.
May, yeah, June, July. We don't know yet.
It's also a week we do not have the children.
No. So as of right now, we're not doing anything on 7/7.
Danish's birthday's in July.
Oh, yeah? Tara said we are seriously wanted to book for Greece, but life. Well, you got time. We actually did the math on it. If you book to go to Greece, it's $935 down and then $212 a month until it's paid off and there's no interest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't it? And then if you book through a firm, obviously you have to finance it. That's different. That's based off your credit, but it's not bad. $200 a month is not a lot of money to take a 6-day vacation somewhere. You still got to buy your plane tickets and shit. But Melinda said, I have improved myself with the help of you, but now it seems like it is hard to connect sometimes. I do wish I knew how to have deep and helpful conversations with a very quiet type of guy. Do you have any advice? Dating and all is good. Just feels like I need some more productive conversation. You need to find an intellectual is
And
what it sounds like to me. What'd you say, babe?
Probe.
Yeah, probe.
You can't communicate with a wall.
No, you absolutely can't.
So you can find all the ways to talk to somebody that you can, but if they're not receptive, there's nothing that you can do about that, unfortunately.
Nikki said to both of you, short and sweet, thank you for your content, for being you and sharing with us. Thank you for enjoying the things that we make for you guys.
It's an honor.
Super chat from Catherine. You have gave your gave me strength. They're right. The fucking YouTube does not like to cooperate. You gave me the strength to leave my abusive husband. It helped me save myself and my son. I know what I deserve now. A man who lets me be me.
Ooh.
I love that. I love that. I'm so fucking glad that you left the abusive situation. Ashley on Facebook said, I'm Wiccan and find no issue with the amount of religion mentioned in the show. You speak on your God, which keeps this interpretation open to my gods. Anytime it's brought up, the core of most religions are going to agree. Don't hurt other people. If we agree, there are no issues there. I mean, that's it. You fucking treat the golden rule. You treat people the way that you want people to treat you.
Yeah.
I'm also not one of those fire and brimstone people.
Yeah, I don't believe in hell.
I mean, I've had somebody even explain it to me that hell is the absence of Christ. So if you die and don't make it to heaven, no matter what you get is going to be hell, according to that person's belief of it. I don't know. If the idea of you not going to heaven means that you're going to burn in a lake of fire for eternity, that doesn't sound like a loving God to me. That sounds like a spoiled child that's not getting their way.
Limbo sounds like hell to me.
Yeah.
Having nowhere to go.
Just being stuck.
Yeah. Maybe reliving your past over and over again as a spirit.
Ashley said, do you have any book recommendations for learning how to love after getting out of a toxic relationship? Thank you guys for all you do. Oh, man. We have a lot of books on our recommended
The Four
reading list.
Agreements.
That is your go-to for everything.
Yeah, it's a good book.
I have 3 now. It's always been Choice Theory has been my first.
Yeah.
The Courage
To Be Disliked.
and now Let Them by Mel Robbins. So I have 3 books that are my go-to reading. However, there is a book on tobebetter.com called You're Not Broken that you can buy a pre-ordered signed copy of and get a PDF of today. That is great for this. It's fucking great for this. I'm biased, but everybody that has read my book so far has fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I saw a conversation yesterday in the Discord from one of the guys who bought the book the moment it released, was like, I just got out of the first chapter and posted a screenshot, and his daughter was like, I love you, Dad. Like,
that's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yep. You guys are fucking killing it in life. I love it. Fiery Red Phoenix said, would you travel to New York to officiate a wedding? I don't know.
If we happen to be in New York.
Yeah, if we were...
Or if we have a reason to go to New York.
Right. If we were there to like see Niagara Falls and just happen to be driving through your area, maybe. For us to drive somewhere to do that, though, you guys would have to cover the cost of us being there. And trying to figure that out is a lot. Ooh, Jenny.
Oh my
Jenny.
goodness.
I feel like I was blessed the day I followed you both. The change in my life because I found you two goofy humans with the internet.
On the internet.
Who became family is astounding. Love you both. Can't wait to play mermaids.
We are 100% playing mermaids.
You guys gonna get in the waterfall?
Costa Rica. Send it. I might order a mermaid tail.
Yeah.
Off of Amazon. Yes. Yep.
So fucking grateful for the community that we have.
Me too.
Tara said, how many first books have sold? I'm over the 2,000 mark on the No One's Coming to Save You books. I don't know the total number. I got to be honest, I stopped checking when I started writing my second book because that's where my focus went. But Bree said, God really brought me to your live today, and I joined a point in a live to gain some very important information that he wanted me to hear. Thank you for being you guys. Thank you, God, for guiding me towards this live, for teaching me something about myself that I needed to know. Have a great day, Chris and Peaches.
Amen.
Love that. People are going to find it when they need it the most.
Beautiful.
Can we just acknowledge that Chris wrote 2 books in like 4 months? Can we just acknowledge the power of plant medicine and microdosing?
Yeah.
Those were my big write days.
Yeah.
Super focus.
My writer's block went away after this last weekend.
I love that.
I know what I'm going to make chapter 2 and 3 of my book.
Yeah.
I was going to make it about emotions. Like I was going to focus on single emotions. Like that doesn't feel right. I wrote almost a complete chapter for chapter 2 and deleted all of it because it didn't feel right.
I hate that.
Yeah, I know
hate
you
it.
do.
I fucking hate it when you delete things.
It doesn't feel right though.
Make the mistake and keep going, babe. I wrote that Saturday. It's in the fucking journal. The medicine gave me that, and I'm giving it to you. Make the mistake and keep going.
Okay.
Stop deleting things. Melinda on Facebook. I'm fucking emotional from that stupid shit.
Excuse you.
Jenny got me.
Stop. Look at me. Excuse you.
Don't do that. I don't need to be reprimanded.
You're being reprimanded. It's not stupid shit.
It's not. It's just I don't have another word for it right now. I don't believe that it's stupid. I think it's amazing. But she got me with that amazing shit. Doesn't sound the same to me. I do need to work on that. But I'm stuck on the community thing. Like we have built a true tribe, a true community of people, and like part of our ceremony over the weekend was with people from our community. And like I just said, like probably 15 times in a sentence, but
you're emotional. It's okay.
We bonded with people.
Yeah.
Every time we do any type of retreat or we go somewhere, we make friends. And if you would have asked me 3 years ago when we started this, if we would have friends because of the podcast, that wasn't an option for either one of us. Well, this is a job. We want to give people the information, help them out, and keep everybody at base so that we can protect us. But you've got Buff Bell now, and you've made really close friends with Aaron, and
yeah, I gave my phone number out during ceremony.
You made friends. You danced with next to a fire with one of our patron members. There's a lot of growth that's happening, and Jenny and Zach have become people that I admire and love, and
they're family.
They are. They fucking are.
I would fly to Canada tonight if she needed us.
Same. Yeah, we'd be out of here in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Pack up the kids, the dogs, figure it out.
Yep. Okay, so Melinda on Facebook said, please help. Both of you have already helped so much. I just need to know how to start and get deeper and productive conversations with a very quiet person. I think this is the 3rd time you've said a variation of this. You have to get them to talk to you. You can only probe. You got to also understand, too, that some people aren't talkers.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to have a really in-depth conversation with somebody that's not comfortable having conversations, you are making them uncomfortable. And you're putting yourself in a position where you are trying to pry something out of somebody that they don't want to give you.
It's no longer for them, it's for you.
Right. You're putting them in a bad
selfish.
situation. Yeah.
Sometimes people just aren't ready to have the conversation. And that's okay.
Yeah. Some people are very introspective.
Yes.
Wolfie for $10 on Super Chat said, when did you realize that love wasn't enough? I don't have children. I've been watching for a minute. And you guys have changed my life. Thank you so much. Also, Peaches, your outfit is so cute.
Thank you.
When did you realize that love wasn't enough, babe?
When my ex-husband breathing pissed me off.
I don't have a single, for instance. I just know that I can love someone to the end of the earth, but if I'm not being treated the way that I believe I should be treated, it's enough for me.
Yeah.
It comes down to protecting my peace. And that's not, a protect your peace from a selfish set mindset. I still do. I go above and beyond for you all the time. At least I believe I do. And when I'm not doing enough, you tell me. And then I step my fucking game up. But simply being in love with somebody doesn't excuse shitty behavior. It's like, somebody going, well, you can't feel that way about your mom. It's your mom. Yeah, well, I'm her fucking kid. And if she's treating me this way, this is a whole lot about her. Why am I the one that has to be the bigger person here? The way that you allow people to treat you says a lot about your self-worth. I'm going to just scroll down and see if there's any more super chats waiting on us.
We missed a lot, yeah.
Rachel said, seeing the evolution in you guys the last few months has been incredibly inspiring. I can see the difference in your spirits. It's so beautiful. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Maddie asked if my next book will be on Amazon eventually as well. It will be. August 15th is a Friday is when my next book is actually dropping to the public. Signed copies are available now on the website. They won't ship until August, but the PDF is available as soon as you buy it. Libby said, just bought your second book for my husband. He's been through hell with his ex-wife, and I can't wait for him to read it, to read the wisdom you have. Thank you. I love that. Scrolling.
Jenna just said, I believe we live over and over again until we get it right.
I believe that.
I agree with that, and I feel like this is going to be my last one.
Really?
I feel like I'm finally getting it right.
I don't think that'll be the case. I don't think that'll be the case.
No?
Nope. Even if one of us, if we both don't get it right, I don't think that'll be the case.
Oh, I would sacrifice a lot to come back with you.
Right.
But I feel like the next go around is not going to be as hard for me.
No. I think that we atone for a lot of karma this time. I also think that we chose this.
Mm-hmm.
We chose all the ugly
to
get to where we are right now, to be able to truly enjoy what we have.
There's been a lot of awakening happening.
Yeah. Ashley said for $10 super chat, thank you guys so much for helping me and my husband be better humans in this beautiful world. I'm so glad I found you both on the internet and our worlds crossed in this life. Well, thank you for that. She's totally ignoring you for a blanket.
On. Let's go. You have to help me. Okay.
Little Miss Heal Yourself said, I'm so serious about coming to have you guys perform our vow renewal on July 7th. I don't know how you guys go about planning something like that, but I'm so in. Are you in Florida? Because otherwise you guys have to plan to be here. It would probably be a good idea to email us. Send us an email at tobebetterco@gmail.com. Jenny will forward it to where it needs to go. Angel sent a $2 super chat with no text. Kelsey said, I don't get to spend much time in the Discord or anything like that, but I feel that community. My husband and I feel the benefit of what To Be Better has done for us.
I love that.
Yeah, super dope. The original translation for hell is Sheol. It's one of three cavities under the earth. There is Abraham's bosom, where the righteousness reside until the return of Christ. Well, there you go. There's new information I never had. Fiery Red sent another super chat that said, so tell my partner I'd like to plan our wedding in Florida. Haha, got it. Also, my partner and I found out we were pregnant this past weekend. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Lilo was not ready for that one.
Nope.
Lilo. Hit him with the brata. She's like, Mom, she's scaring me.
Lemon for a super chat said, my mom kept me from my dad for 13 years. She lied, manipulated, and gaslighted me about who my dad was since I was 5. I now live with my dad and he is amazing. I want to confront her, but is it even worth it? Why? Okay, so here's how I view these kind of situations. You now have an amazing relationship with your dad. Your mom did really horrible, foul shit.
By choice.
And if you confronted her on it, anything that she says or does, is it going to negate all of the years that you wasted with your dad?
She's probably going to lie too.
Very strong possibility because she lied about that. So at that point, you have to ask yourself, like, what are you really hoping to get from the conversation? Are you just looking for her to admit her fault? Because there's a strong possibility somebody like that's not going to. And if you're doing that, what would that even get you? Are you looking for an apology? Because if so, then you can ask for an apology. maybe the way that your mom portrayed your dad is how she sees him, because your perception of that man and who he is now may not be who he was for, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of, is it really worth it, that goes into all of that. I'm real big on that shit. Sometimes the conversations aren't worth being had.
Yeah. I don't think a confrontation is worth it. I think conversations are worth being had.
Oh, she did say confront. You're right.
Confrontation is hostile. And you're probably going to be let down because you're expecting something from that. A conversation of just, I don't understand why this happened.
Yeah. What are the expectations?
Right. I wouldn't be expecting an apology. I wouldn't be expecting, I know I hurt you. I know it was wrong. I think an explanation is going to be the best closure anybody can ever get.
Closure is such a weird thing to me.
I don't think anybody deserves closure on anything.
Deserves.
Right.
I agree. I understand wanting to have like a final word or to just apologize and clear the air. That can be done through an email with no response. It can be done after somebody passes away. Like you can have a little prayer, get it out of your system, but ultimately it doesn't really change anything. You're doing that more for you than for anyone else. And like in the situation where she wants to confront her mom over the lies about her dad, she's doing that because her mom hurt her. And understanding like, hey mom, you really hurt me with all of this. That's the conversation that needs to be had, because now it's about you. It's not about your dad.
Yeah.
And it's not about what your mom said about your dad. It's about her actions and like the way that it impacted your life. But even in that, unless she says she's sorry and changes action,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because the apology, that's not going to negate that it happened. It is nice to hear people be remorseful for their actions, and hopefully that would change her behavior in the future with maybe your grandkids. But that's,
Anita, I see you giving advice about Greek. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh. Angel said, I sent money and forgot to write the message. Here I am sending $5 just to write, I love both of you and have healed so much due to both of you. Wonderful people. So thank you for that. Thank you for sending the super chat. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. I got to be honest, we're still trying to catch comments that are not just super chats so that we can interact and help people. But the super chats coming through makes it so that we're definitely at least making money to sit here today, which is nice.
Yeah.
Danny Kane. My man and I read your book together every night. We love it so much. We are so glad you put it out there for us to find.
Beautiful.
Hope you guys enjoy the next one. I think your book is going to do better than both of mine combined.
I hate that.
I don't.
Why?
Because I think it's a victory for you, and I think that it'll be really good for you to get it out there. I know the fear of getting this book finished and like the apprehension that you're going to have to release it to the public, like, because I went through all of it.
Right.
But there is such a validating feeling when comments like that come through that you're helping people. And it doesn't matter if you sell a copy or 1,000 copies, that message means a fucking lot. And for people like this, where both people are reading the book and it's healing both of them, that's going to ripple effect. And I think that your book is going to sell, and I think it's going to sell a lot, and I think it's going to change. People are getting What Would Peaches Do tattoos on them. They're not getting What Would Chris's Do tattoo on them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So
that was actually a conversation over this weekend. Getting to explain that to one of the women who are part of the medicine women group. It felt very surreal to me to say all of that out loud.
Fucking wild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the people, you can read that one.
Oh, this is from Erin. Hello, sister. Peaches, you make no mistake with written words. They will carry your meaning through lifetimes to come. Chris, your second book made my eye faucets leak.
Oh, wow. Well, she just got into it already then, because that was just, just came out yesterday. Mini Kitty said, just wondering how you two believe in God, but also multiple lives and heaven and karma as well.
Because we have our own relationship with the Lord.
Right. Right. I think that people who just want to be with Jesus in heaven may never ever come back. But if Jesus loves us and died so that we could be in heaven, the idea of us looking down on earth from heaven going, hey, I'm kind of bored with this. I want to go experience life again. Do you think he'd be like, no?
Right.
How dare you want to leave my side? I love you, son. Have at it. Go enjoy that life. I'll see you when you come home. How is that so strange to people?
Right.
I know as a father, That's what I want for my children. I want them to have the best possible existence that they can have. And if they're going to do some shit that truly makes them happy, whether I don't like it or not, if they're not hurting anyone and not hurting me and they want to move to Thailand and have a family, that would suck. As a dad, that sucks. You're going to be on the other side of the world. I'm going to get phone calls in the middle of the night because times are different. Like, but go. I love you. I hope that you fucking have everything that you want in this life. That's what that love is supposed to feel like.
Yeah.
Not how dare you leave me. I birthed you. You ungrateful little shit. Like
Our children's lives are not about us.
No, not. Taryn on Facebook said, went through hell with my ex and I felt the past 6 months, I've learned how much of a POS I am, and the book has helped a lot. A lot of soul work happening. I don't want to be this way anymore. It's working. My kids are starting to open up again, and that makes me work harder. Healing is happening. Love that. Love that, love that, love that. After every live or pod, my husband always says, what have you learned from your guys today? That's funny.
I love that.
Chris said, Chris Dennison, leather maker. You guys can find him online. He sells really cool leather stuff. Just because you guys are dope. Our wedding ceremony is this weekend, at least our small one, personal one. Dude, please send me video and photos of that. Or set up a fucking tablet so that we can watch.
That would be
You
dope.
could set up an iPad and live stream it, right? Like, that would be really cool. We would really appreciate that. That would at least make us feel like we're a part of it since we couldn't be there. Buff Bell said, I hope that YouTube stays a thing so I can have my son watch every episode when he's mature enough to absorb the teachings. Well, YouTube is owned by Google. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
So, and if it does, we have all of our content, so we'll just upload it to whatever the next platform is. However, Neptune, the Neptune app is live now for beta testers. I believe it goes live today at some point. When we sat down and talked to their development team, because we are going to be on that app very hard when it releases, they're going to be creating a Netflix style platform, and their Netflix style platform will host shows.
Yeah.
And though it's not been stated that ours will be on there yet, I want to try to have our show on something other than YouTube that is a streaming service. So even if we don't make money from it, just having it there, it's
more opportunity for people to see it.
Right. It's helping people heal. Seiko said, currently working on a thick novel email with dual POV with my husband and I to send. Writing it alone is so helpful. Thank you two so much. When you send that email in, write in the subject that it's from his and hers so that both of your perspectives are there, because those will get pushed right to the front of the line.
Yes, those will get priority.
We'll get skipped. Time and a little healing needs to happen before confrontation. I agree with that. Hump day. D-Pain is in the chat. She could have believed that she was doing the best for herself and you. Now he treats you and how, okay, I guess I don't know what that was for. So trying to find something to read that's not a super chat so that people are getting heard. Just bought your second book. Can't wait to read both. Would you recommend reading the first book first? My first one is in Canada. It will be, no, they don't correlate. The first book is really about being a good man or understanding what a good man is so that you can find one if you're a woman. That's the best way that I can explain my first book. The second book is about reinventing yourself after hardships, after a breakup or an ugly whatever. It may not, it doesn't have to be a divorce, although I did use the term divorce a lot because divorce doesn't just mean husband and wife. It means a separation. So it could be a divorce between you and your parents. It could be a divorce between you and your best friend. So the second book is very different than the first one. You can read it right now. It would be great.
I'm going to add on to your first book. It's not just for women who want to find a good man. It's for men to have an outline of what a man should be if you haven't had a father figure.
Yeah. I said that, didn't I?
No, you did not.
Brain's going. The Rebirth of Sloan said, thank you both for being who you are. I've learned much from y'all and can't wait to continue growing with you. I love you both very much. Only joy. Only joy.
So alegría.
We are building a whole new little community that is a community inside of the community. We're going to have a community inception happening. Yeah. How do I heal from my emotionally abusive father when I still live with him? Forgive him. and then distance yourself. What minimum age do you recommend people reading your book? I think that on Amazon, I put it at 16 and up. I got to be honest. I think teenagers 13 and up would be fine with my books. There might be some language in there. I think I might have dropped the F-bomb once or twice. I know that I at least typed it out in completion once to make a point, and there was a couple times where I put like an asterisk where the U is, and sometimes I went in there and wrote freaking, like I went back and edited it out, but it's in there, so it's in there. I would get WWCD tatted. That's funny. Thank you. I appreciate that. Dean said the same thing. Father Spirit, Mother Earth. I am signing up for Greece. Just gathering the $900 first is proving to be a bit tough, but I am going. LOL.
Girl, I cannot wait to see you out there.
How does that make you feel? Knowing that out of the 10 people who are actually everyone.
Yeah, it's all Thailand people.
Well, or people who are going to Costa Rica with us that didn't go to Thailand. Literally everyone that is booked for Greece has already traveled with us or will be traveling with us in 2 weeks.
It feels good. It feels like we're providing something.
I believe we are. Maddie said, had an argument last night about boyfriend's Facebook activity. My insecurity and I lost control of my emotions. How do I approach him today to start changing our relationship dynamic for the better of our family? Did you apologize? An apology to me is not, and I'm sorry. It is taking ownership of your behavior.
I recognize what I did was wrong.
Right. That's so much better than I'm sorry. I recognize that I could have handled that better.
I overreacted.
Right. I love you, and I don't want to treat you that way, and I really should not have behaved like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you start. And doing that in a phone call or even a text message is a great way to just break the ice. Maybe make him dinner. Have his favorite dinner ready for him when he gets home from work or whatever. Like, just do something kind and then have another conversation in person about it. Because starting the repair process over, digitally is a start. It's not the end. It's not enough. It's cold. Yeah. What was that?
I'm double checking about the kids.
Gotcha. Hi, Chris and Peaches. I put you on TV for the first time, and wow, what a difference from the mobile. We're much bigger on the TV.
Yes.
It's funny. Lisa said, Hubs and I started season 1 of y'all's podcast on a 5-hour road trip yesterday. Excited to start this healing journey with each other. You wait till you get to the end of this and you can see how much we've changed from season 1 and the studio swaps.
Yeah.
Right? There's
a lot of redecorating that happens.
It's about to happen again.
It is.
We got our internet hooked up at the house. Well, the lines are ran. We'll have internet on our property on May 28th is what they said. It probably won't actually happen on the 28th because we'll be in Costa Rica on the 28th, but it's getting there. Mm-hmm. We're fucking getting close. It's time to start building out the studio. I got to get all of that crap out of there and get it cleaned.
I'm going to send you a picture of what I want my half to look like.
Okay. Ashley said, Peach, do you happen to know who the author of the 4 agreements is?
Miguel.
Don Miguel Ruiz.
Don Miguel Ruiz, yes.
I don't have a copy of that.
My copy's at home. I think it is.
Danish said that Jake throws it around. Yeah, well, what would Chris and Peach say? She's like, damn, bro, calm the fuck down.
I love that.
Jenna said, Chris, I think now that you've begun opening up, more men will feel that tattoo-worthy connection. Women are more emotional and feel connected to other women because of our ability to share emotions openly. Maybe. I don't need people to what would Chris do tattoo. I just people telling me how their life has changed is way more than enough. What you doing?
Buff Bell messaged me. I said, I have to show you a picture of what I want my half of the studio to look like. And she messaged me. She's like, you're showing him that picture I sent you, aren't you? I was like, yes, that's exactly why I'm here.
That's funny.
That is hilarious. She knows.
How many spots are left for the Greece trip? I believe 10, 12, somewhere in that ballpark. I think we just booked our 10th person last night at like fucking midnight. But we have a year, guys. Like, you have a year. And if you're able to put down the 25% at the $935 or whatever it is, you have an entire year to pay that trip off. The final payment's due on February 9th, I think. I actually have let me pull that up because I had the guy from Trip sent me all of that information so that I don't have to go and like dig. And I'll be able to just real quickly give a rundown. That would be a super good thing to do. I'm in the wrong email. Like, holy shit, why is there so many emails? Nobody ever emails me that much. I was in the... I've sold 4 books since being on here.
Beautiful. Lauren, if you're still in the chat, we sent out your Celestine prophecy yesterday.
Yeah.
I wrote in it for you. I got that book from the Goodwill, so there's a message above mine, and I wanted to leave it in there because I think it's a beautiful thing to share that book.
We bought extra copies so that we can bring them with us. All right, real quick, just the stats on the Greece trip so that everybody has it. The details are May 10th to the 16th of 2026, so we'll be on for 6 days. We'll be doing Athens and Mykonos. The price is $3,695 for your trip.
That does not include your flight.
Right. Regular, so the $25 down payment is 25% is $923 down. That reserves your spot. Your balance has to be paid by February 9th of 2026, and it is interest free if you pay through Trip. If you use a firm, you'll have to pay the interest on a firm.
Mm-hmm.
What we will be doing in Greece, there is an evening walk on the Plaka, a half-day tour of Athens, a Mykonos walking tour, a Mykonos beach club, taste of Mykonos, and then a ferry to Athens. There will be 6 breakfasts and 2 dinners included. And the inclusions are a double occupancy and 3-star hotels or higher, which is 3-star hotel outside of the United States is like a 5-star hotel here. It's wild.
Yeah.
When we went to Thailand, I was like, there's no way that this is 3-star.
Right.
Like, what does a 5-star hotel look like? Like, you just get a private mansion? Because this was gorgeous.
You can be serving us drinks with gold in it.
Right. You can get a single room if you want for an additional cost. A local guide is included throughout the entire trip. We had Olivia in Thailand, and she was able to finagle things so that our entire group could get tattooed instead of going to a fish market, which was super cool.
Yeah.
And then all city activity and meal transfers are all included. So all of that is part of the trip, which is super, super cool. And for those of you who are watching, I can put a link into the chat. See if that works. I don't know if it'll work with the Facebook, but I'm going to scroll and make sure we're not missing any super chats. We did, because I put that in and it jumped way down. Okay, so that was the 4 agreements chat. That was Jenna. Sorry, guys. A lot happening. Peaches, I watched your vlog this morning. I loved your reaction to that lizard on the tree. LOL. It was very cute, too.
That lizard got me. I've never seen a lizard like that before in my life.
It was beautiful. Blues and oranges. It looked really cool. I don't want to own a lizard. I think that's kind of shitty because, most people put them in tiny tanks. If we had a giant terrarium that was like
like ants of Canada.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's go. Our
bondominium's going to have a 2-story terrarium in it.
Right? That would be so gangster.
Yeah.
Especially if it was completely enclosed and we never had to do anything to it. That'd be so great.
We would have to have a little access point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they make full enclosures of ecosystems that maintain like biodome?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
That would be the move. For those of you who want to see the vlogs, we don't post them every day. We do post them frequently, but they're on Patreon only. Samantha said, "Hey, Chris and Peaches, I am new to the podcast, but I've been following you both on TikTok for a while. You guys are both such an inspiration."
No, thank you. Thank you for coming over here.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Jenny said, "One day I'm going to show up and be like, hi, I'm putting this in this tiny home on the corner and you'll just be stuck with me forever." You don't have to just show up. You let us know and we'll get that situated for you first.
Yeah, it'll be ready to go.
Yeah. We actually looked into that because the retreat that we stayed at, you guys can look this up if you want to see where we stayed over the weekend. It's called the Full Circle Retreat. And it's in Inverness, Florida. This couple, these 2 ladies bought a house on 5 acres of land. And then all it had was a barn and the house. And they've put multiple sheds,
Yurts.
Yurts are all over the property. It is
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
They had a salt cave.
In one of the barns, they enclosed it, so it's like a jam session room. There's instruments and shit in there, and a salt cave. And like looking at all of that, we could totally buy a big like 20 by 40 thing shed and section that bitch off and do the exact same thing. It doesn't need to have a bedroom in it. We have or bathroom. We have one on the porch.
Yeah.
We didn't even think about that. We have a bathroom on the porch.
We do.
We have to buy a shed. Just so that when people like Jenny and them come down here, why make them stay in a hotel?
Right.
Oh, you need a king size bed? Don't worry. It'll fit in that 20 by 40. We got you. Life is wild, man.
You should look at the picture I sent you.
Okay. You want to read that while I'm looking?
This is from Orion. Chris and Peaches, I'm a young man, just turned 21 in February. Happy belated birthday.
Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously.
That's a lot.
It's feasible.
It's not, because we're going to have to put a line of tape across the ceiling.
Yeah.
So that you have, okay. Well, I'm going to have to hire an interior designer to give me my side, because there's no way that I can compete with that. You guys want to see this shit?
Towards your face, babe. There you go.
It's showing the chat. I can't.
You want me to show him? There we go.
That's what she wants for the podcast.
God, yes. I want the whole house to look like that. I want our bathroom to look like that.
It looks like a hookah lounge.
Oh,
like there should be a giant ass hookah.
It does it for my soul.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry I interrupted you while you were reading that chat.
I'm a young man, just turned 21 in February, and this may be confusing, but I believe I think differently than other people, and I struggle to identify emotions from other people causing them, I'm guessing. Causing me to get walked on and other such things. Is there any tips or things you recommend that could possibly help? So scroll back up just a little bit. I want to see the phrasing. I struggle to identify emotions from other people causing me to get walked on. Nobody is causing you to get walked on. Nobody has ever made a decision for you in your life unless you grew up in a really fucked up, shitty, abusive situation. When we are children, we do not have control over our environments, but now as a 21-year-old young man, nobody can ever make a choice for you. So you are allowing yourself to be actively walked on. You're either going to stand your ground or you're going to be the ground that they step on.
I just want to make sure the Nightbot's working.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it is. The Nightbot is not working. So go back to this. There's a link for Greece for anybody who might want to go. Now I got to scroll back up and find out where we were. A lot happening.
Keep going.
I want to read this.
Okay.
Jessica said, okay, I want to publicly apologize. I just had a big realization that I seek you guys out when I feel desperate for attention. ADHD, manic BPD. And then I think I'm bombing. My man of 2 years is very Taurus and set in his ways, and communication is not there. Neither is attention or regular intimacy with me. I've never experienced this in my life. I'm 41. I'm feeling lost and alone. Sorry I can't afford the $10 to be heard. I sent my last 99 cents for the stars. I thank the universe for united souls, your united souls, and awakenings blessed be. I don't know what you want us to say to that. I hope that you find some peace. I don't know how you can be with somebody who doesn't know how to communicate with you. She said, my man of 2 years is very set in his ways and communication isn't there. Then how have you been together for 2 years?
Yeah.
Communication has to be there. It's just not there in a way that is scratching the itch that you have. And that needs to be the discussion. Like, I need more socialization from you. I need more attention. I need more of whatever it is that you need. And it needs to be it doesn't need to be you're not providing it. It needs to be, this is what I need to be fulfilled in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And there's shortcomings, and like, I don't know if it's intentional or you just don't know that I need it. So I'm letting you know that this is what I need so that maybe we can meet in the middle somewhere and like I can find some sort of peace.
I would like to finish talking to Orion. If you can scroll back up, please.
Okay, so there was the Greece thing.
There.
There it is.
Scroll down just a little bit. Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Tawwab is a very good book. And I think that book will help open a lot of doors for you. And I would also recommend reading The Courage to be Disliked. It sounds like there might be some people pleasing tied into this. It wasn't stated. I'm really just pulling things out of the air and my feeling. And it's okay to say that I don't want to be treated this way, or I don't want to be used this way, or I want friendships or connections with people who want to be connected to me and not what I can provide for them.
It's also not a bad idea to just go, hey, did you mean that?
Mm-hmm.
You're really big on, excuse me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you want to say that again?
One more time?
Yeah, right? Because it makes people stop and think.
Yeah.
If you are unsure, we have this idea in our head that if we somehow don't know something, we're dumb. Like we're just supposed to fucking know everything. And I was guilty of that for a long time. Now I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that word is. What do you mean by that? Like, and it's because I want to understand. And if I can't understand what's going on, I am easily manipulated. If I'm just getting along because I don't want to look stupid, I'm going to agree or do something that does not align with who I am. And if you've got if you are uncertain about people's motives or the way that their emotions are going, ask them. I can't read you. I don't know what's going on with you right now. Can you tell me what you're feeling? Like, I need to understand. There's nothing wrong with that. And if they make you feel dumb for asking that, you're with the wrong fucking crowd. Like, find better people.
Yes.
There was a super chat. I just kept seeing something about Airbnb. Anyways. RGS Rose, I appreciate everything you do. What are your thoughts on the trend on TikTok of couples having completely separate bedrooms? Just curious. You go first because I have a lot to say on that one.
I think for some couples it's necessary.
Can you give me an example of why it would be necessary?
Sleep apnea machines.
There you go. That's exactly where I was at. If you were a big snorer and I'm a very light sleeper, I can't do that.
Right.
We're
gonna cuddle.
Coming to bed with you every night.
Yeah.
And the moment you start snoring, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
Right? That's totally acceptable.
There's still gonna be nighttime intimacy.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna kiss you on the couch and be like, all right, babe, I'm going to bed. Good night, and go to another fucking room. We're not roommates.
And then text somebody else for the next 3 hours until I fall asleep.
Right. I understand that there are reasons for people to need to have that. A lot of that does come down to people not being able to sleep, but there needs to be a setup of understanding of like this is going to be our nightly ritual moving forward. Every night, this is what's going to happen. I don't care how fucking tired you are. I don't care how tired I am. This is what's going to happen every single night. And when one of us falls asleep and the other one's done, or the thing that happens that becomes a problem, we can go ahead and go to the rooms at that point.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I understand it. I get it. I understand there's a need for it. But the idea of that just feels like intimacy destruction to me. I also don't like TikTok trends, period. There's not been a whole lot of them where I was like, hey, that's a really good trend. I like that.
Thank you for popping in when you could, Zach.
Did I miss something?
He said he's got to go back to work.
Gotcha. Zach's been busy as fuck lately. I hate it.
Me too.
Not me being selfish of somebody else's time.
How dare you have a life?
Another job, a second job.
My gosh.
Technically, we are the second job to his main job.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another thing from Orion.
Sorry, Peach. I should have mentioned that this has been going on my whole life. So since I was a little kid, I believe it.
I would maybe get tested for autism because that is an autistic trait, having a hard time reading emotions from other people.
I'm sorry that you were never loved properly.
Ooh.
We love you. And it's okay to stand up for yourself.
There has been people pleasing, you are right. Also, could you write those books in chat, please? Because I'm going to forget as I'm at work at the moment.
Can you type it out, babe?
If somebody else hasn't.
Okay.
Orion, are you part of our Discord? If you ever plan a trip to the Philippines, me and the boyfriend are so down. He was born and raised there. I got to be honest. The other side of the world trips, I want to do Bali. I really want to go to Bali. That's a bucket list item, but that's one of those things that I want to be able to go for more than a week. Like I'd like to do the Trova trip thing and then stay and fly back because we're already there. Like
Yeah.
that's a huge part of going is the cost to get there. Once you're there, being there is cheap as fuck. But
I'd like to do that when the kids are older so they can come with us.
right. Yeah, it's a teenage thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the Nightbot's working. It woke up. Jessica said, listening to you has honestly helped me and my husband learn how to communicate with each other and have a healthy relationship. It's hard to unlearn all the toxic traits we have learned and also how to set boundaries with his family and mine. It's hard to do, but necessary. It's hard because you've never had to do it. When you guys get comfortable, okay, if you look at self-worth as like a resource, right? This is something I have to guard and protect from smog. And my self-worth is my hoard.
Yeah.
When you have that going for you, the boundary setting gets real fucking easy because I'm not going to compromise everything that I've been hoarding my entire life and protecting.
You realize how valuable it is.
Right. It's precious. I know I just crossed things there, but
Did it?
yeah.
Is that not?
Hobbit is smog. My precious is Lord of the Rings.
Right, but it's the same universe.
It
the
is.
Hobbit happened before the Lord of the Rings.
It did.
So it's the same. It's just timeline. You didn't mix anything.
Sure. Timeline. We'll go with that. The nerds out there are gonna be like, can't believe you just did that.
They'll get over it.
They will.
Also, no, I feel like you're not a true nerd if that bothers you. Because if you were mixing like Batman with Green Lantern, I can see how people, no, that's the same
It's
universe.
Justice League, yeah.
Iron Man. If you were taking Iron Man and putting him up against Green Lantern, I can see why people would be upset.
Okay. Somebody that we know that we are talking about going and riding jet skis with just sent me a really exciting text message.
Oh, yeah?
There is another human being on the way.
Shut up.
Yep.
Oh, that just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. Lizzie for $4.99 said, I am in Patreon and share your podcast with my partner. He initiated check-ins. We are doing our 4th and already doing much better. Thank you for your work. The check-ins
Beautiful.
are fucking everything, guys.
Absolutely beautiful.
Congrats. That's a long one. You want to read that one?
I believe this is from the same person.
Oh, okay. We don't have to read it.
No, it's an elaboration, but it's that long one that I believe that we just read. It's not the deep, real conversation, just I don't know, I guess. I'm sad. He's so damaged, and I don't think he's let himself heal from his last relationship. It's few and far in between the conversation. Like we start to have a breakthrough, then it stops for whatever reason, and we never get back to it.
Okay, let's pause. Let's pause for a second. 2 years is nothing. You are just really starting to learn the ticks and triggers of your person at the 2-year mark. So to have somebody and expect them to just divulge everything. What you doing over there?
It's
Elton
really
John?
bright in here right now.
To just expect your person to divulge everything and to be completely open and honest and vulnerable with you and all of their weaknesses and insecurities at 2 years is not an acceptable expectation. There has been conversations that you and I have had throughout all of our relationship that has evolved based off of things coming up when they need to come up. You're not going to make me rip a scab off of something that's not done healing yet to have a conversation.
To make me feel better.
Right. When I am capable of bringing this to you so that you know what's going on and like you can understand what I went through as a child or whatever the fucking problem is, I will love to talk to you about it. But until I'm ready to talk, you're not dragging that out of me. And it's unfair of you to do that to him if he's not ready to discuss it. The universe in you is not going to destroy the universe in another human being. You can't expect other people to do that for them. Now, 2 years is a short amount of time. 5 years, you're going to know a whole lot more about this person than you do right now. 10 years is going to look totally different. But you have to give space. And if you're trying to pry something out of somebody, you're going to actually make them lock up even harder because you're not doing it from a place of love. You're doing it from a place of, I need this. Right? It's not the same thing. Okay.
I agree. Continuing, maybe my expectations and needs are just too much. Thank you for the acknowledgement. It means the world, honestly. I needed that for some dumb reason. Work in progress, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send an email after I meditate and gather myself. Maybe to the hills and harvest some sage. I'll end with thank you for more than I can word properly.
You're welcome. I was, but no longer, as I'm getting LASIK this Friday. Well, congrats. It would have been easier for us to put the name of the books into Discord later than for me to sit here and try to type all that shit out while we're live. What are the check-ins? The check-ins are something that Peaches and I started as a 3-question thing that eventually became 10 pages or 10 questions, and now it's 4 pages long. The check-ins is a series of questions that we designed to help people learn to communicate and save a relationship. Asking somebody, how's your mental health doing, while you're, like as a man, having your wife sit in your lap eye to eye, being lovey, asking how your mental health is doing is a whole lot better than going, what's your fucking problem?
I can tell there's something going on with you. Why don't
Right.
you just fucking talk about it?
Right. So we sat down and put this thing together to make it so that you guys can have the hard conversations in a loving, understanding way, in a way that is able to be given as like a report card or a progress report. And it's free. We're not charging for it. It's on our website, tobebetter.com, under the resources tab. I think Chris rebuilt the website. I'm not sure if it's under resources. It might be under something else now. But when you click on that, there's a PDF download that you can download. So you have a tangible physical copy of it, or you can watch the YouTube videos that we have. It might be under the dating playlist, but there's a playlist there with the check-ins in it. It's a 45-minute video that explains the check-ins. And then there's an updated video from 2024 that goes even further in depth.
The books that I said was Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Tawwab.
I'm going to type it in. Oh, no, I'm not, because it'll make it jump to chat. Set Boundaries, Find Peace.
The Courage to Be Disliked, and I cannot say that author's name.
Yeah, not even trying.
Yeah, I can't even attempt it.
Nope.
You'll know you found it when you're like, oh, I know what she was talking about. I'm not going to try.
White book with a red paint line.
Yes.
At first glance, it looks like Peaches has a wedding veil on her head from the chair she's sitting in. That's twice now that you've heard that.
Yes, it is.
The people in our life is doing such dope shit.
I love it.
Isn't it?
It's fantastic. Chris Dennison, it's definitely timeline. It's the same story. Thank you.
There you go.
True nerd out here.
D-Pain just had a 2-hour conversation with my ex-wife, and it was productive as it was in regards to co-parenting because of the tools and things I've learned from y'all. Doesn't mean it was easy. It wasn't. I'm glad that you had the conversation, though.
I saw somebody say we shouldn't wait to travel with the kids. We live a very different life than majority of people, and I'm not willing to bring our young children around strangers right now.
Yeah, we have a hard time bringing the kids in public.
Yeah,
because people recognize us. We did one of the meet and greets that we did had somebody sitting at a table recording us while we were eating our dinner.
Yeah,
bringing our children somewhere where somebody can pull out a phone and take a picture of our kids and post them on the internet is not fucking happening.
I would burn the world down.
Right. So there's a whole lot of protect the children that we have to deal with that normies don't. And that's a beautiful thing. I'm fucking grateful that you guys don't have to think about shit like that, but we do.
Yeah. We
had somebody come to our house today to install fiber optic and saw our van and was like, oh my God, I fucking love you guys. We've had DoorDashers show up and start fucking crying.
Yeah.
Like there is a safety measure that has to go into there. And I would love to take the kids now. I'd love to take the kids and go do shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not.
It's not feasible right now.
Right. What happens when the check-ins become feeling like you're just being attacked? It means you're not doing them properly.
It means a check-in's not happening.
Right. You guys are arguing.
Yeah.
RGS Rose said, I understand the medical, etc. It's just baffling as the few couples I see and know do separate rooms purely for aesthetics. Well, okay, so but
for
that's
aesthetic?
Right. Okay, well, if you wanted to have, let's say we had, okay, yesterday we said you want a big fucking barn dominium in a square that's got a courtyard in it.
Yeah.
I would never sit outside in the sun. It's just not fucking happening. I've had skin cancer twice and it's hot outside. I'm not doing that.
However, trees and shit.
However, If it was 70 degrees outside in the morning and we were having a cup of coffee, having a morning check-in, that courtyard sounds like a gangster ass place to do it. Fucking trees everywhere and shit. I want nothing to do with decorating it. That would be your courtyard.
Yeah.
If there was a standalone building there and I wanted to put a theater in there and build out a theater to my specs, that's my space. I could do that. So us having areas in our home that is indicative, I have a whiskey room. You have a makeup room, which not really much, but you have it.
It's not really a makeup room. It's kind of a catch-all where my makeup sits.
Right. We actually really need to figure that shit out. But
yeah.
I have a whiskey room. It's become a catch-all also because it's kind of what our life looks like right now. But we have areas in our house that is ours. And then we have shared living spaces that you can tell is a shared living space.
The front porch is mine.
and it fucking looks like yours. And we have to walk through that every day to get into the house. But that makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. Having something that like nerd caves or she sheds or whatever you want to call them, having a space that is yours is a great thing.
Yes.
I honestly think that even if we had all of those rooms that were like dedicated to our nerdums, we wouldn't use them. It's just a place for us to store shit because if you were sitting in your room all the fucking time, I'm going to be in the room with you.
Right.
And if I go sit in my whiskey room and you're just going to come sit in my whiskey room. Like,
right. It's really just a place to show things off.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Deskland for $10 said, good evening, Chris and Peaches. Sorry I'm late. Been stupid busy from vacation and catching up. Just wanted to say hi and thank you guys for everything you guys are doing. Much love. I'm glad you're still here, man. There's more from Orion.
Peaches, you're partly correct about not being loved. I was loved by my mother, still am. She's my best friend, and I can talk to her about anything. My dad, on the other hand, is the problem when I was a baby.
Right there.
He'd rather get drunk and all that stuff. He's missed out on a lot. I think holding forgiveness for him is going to be a big healing for not just yourself, but for you guys' relationship. It might not happen now. It could happen in 10 years. It could happen in 15 years. It could happen on his deathbed. Don't hold resentment on that, though.
Right.
That'll be toxic to your soul.
Bethany said, I asked my husband how his mental health is while we're in the shower and I'm washing his back. Much better results that way. Well,
I believe it.
You guys know each other, right? Like that's the life. You guys know your person. We get a pinprick in an email of your world and in trying to dissect, while looking through that little itty bitty tiny hole, you can only see so much. So good. Zach said check-ins equal compassionate evaluations of the current state of your relationship. They definitely were putting it in the chat for the books.
I love that. Thank you guys. Thank you for being so helpful.
Lizzie for $4.99 said, adding that me sitting in his lap for check-ins has changed our intimacy for the better. Thank you, Chris and Peaches. Everyone in here join Patreon. There's a community there.
Janae, I believe you.
Yeah. Lexi said that's unsettling. There's a lot of
yeah. It's a lot.
Yes, Bethany, they did. They ripped out their phone and just started recording while we were eating. They were taking all kinds of weird pictures. Like it's one thing to take pictures with us guys. Like we love that shit.
Yeah, I love giving hugs, taking pictures with you guys.
Yeah,
I'll sign something if you want me to. Leave you a little message.
Absolutely.
You have to ask.
Right. It's just small courtesies.
Yeah.
Right. But I think that people think that we're not people because we have a following. Like the humanity goes away to certain people. They put us in a different box than the rest of humanity. And it's just, just because we live our life in front of a camera doesn't mean that we're want to be in front of your camera. Right. Mommy Way said, yeah, that is so scary. I understand that, Peaches and Chris, because I am not an influencer or anything like that, but I don't post my kids, etc., because my anxiety is out of this world. World is it's scary. Yeah, it really is. Listening to you has helped me in my relationship I'm in now. I've known him a long time and was always been in love with him. I used to think it was just teenage crush, but years down the road, every time I seen him, those feelings came back. I love absolutely everything about him, even the flaws. I do things for him that I didn't do for past relationships, and I love doing it. I'm so happy our paths crossed again. He's the most amazing man I've ever been with or met. He deserves so much in life, and I'm rooting for him and will be by his side and have his back always. But anyways, I'm so grateful for you both. for helping me with communication and understanding. Thank you. You're welcome.
Fantastic.
Hey guys, did you know that Troy is in Washington, D.C. right now having conversations with politicians about plant medicine? If you guys don't follow the Symphony of Deconstruction podcast, we were both on it. Highly recommend that you go join his YouTube. It's obviously, it doesn't cost you shit to subscribe, but the conversations that he's having with people over plant medicine and what he's doing right now is a fucking lot, and it's needed.
Yes.
Shout out to you, Troy. I know you're not watching right now, but we love you and we really fucking hope that you're making headway. Yep.
Much love to your wife, Tiffany, as well. I don't think he would be the man he is without her.
I don't think he would have made it without her. So you're 100% correct in that. And what does that say about who she is as a person? Because she was there in a different version of Troy than we have.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the versions of him she got to experience.
Bethany said, I barely touched my phone at the Tennessee meet and greet except checking in with the husband.
I lost my phone at some point.
Yep.
Had no idea where it landed.
Seiko said, my husband and I have 3 bedrooms with no kids. He has a game room and I have a game room, library, and then our bedroom. That's awesome. So what they want is a she shed ? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna scroll just in case there's super chats because we're way behind on the chat. Okay, we're at the bottom now. Do you guys have surveys for Patreon to advertise it? I'll take it if there is one. I would love to support however I can. I don't think we have surveys for it. It would be cool if there was a way to do like, reviews.
Yeah, that would be.
Jenny said, my Polaroid with Peach sits on my desk between 2 monitors and a cell phone stand.
Oh, I love that. That was a really good picture of us.
Amanda said, your podcast has helped put a magnifying glass on my personal flaws as a person and in my relationship. My man isn't big on podcasts, but I send him snippets of y'all that resonates with me and it's helped. You know what you could also do is write things down in a journal and just be like, hey, these are things I know you don't want to listen to the podcast. You don't enjoy that. So I took some notes and these are some things that I like to discuss with you and just fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
Jenny said I would want a couple's game room. I love gaming with a significant other. That would be gangster. We turned our living room into that kind of. Testimonials is the word that was not surveys. Testimonials would be good. Andrea said that his subs are about to skyrocket. I hope so. I fucking hope so. I would love to see Troy succeed in everything that he's trying to do right now. I would give money. I would do time, whatever we had to do to make that a thing. Have either of you read Wild at Heart by John Eldridge? I have.
I have not.
It's a good book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It talks about a man's desire for adventure and like craving the wild.
That makes sense.
Read that years ago. Abby said, my Polaroid makes me look very tan and I greatly appreciate it. If all would stop talking about it and get it done. That's it. My Polaroid with Peach is on my desk next to my signed copy of Chris's book.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. I'm almost certain that I took a Polaroid with everybody there that day.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Jessica said the level of unbothered contentment Peach is vibing with right now is everything.
My life is mine to live. And if somebody's bothered by anything about me, I'm still at peace.
That's the way it should be. Jay said it was dope seeing the tribe come together to support Burn It Down Ranch, and even better that you guys matched. We actually did more. So we
did.
And this isn't like, look what we did. I just really want to, I'm only laying this out because I want you guys to understand how important it is that Troy succeeds to us. We donated money to the Burn It Down Ranch, and we said that we would match everyone's donations. And we expected there to be about $1,000 worth of donations, and we donated $2,500 right away so that it was there. And then the tribe came through and donated, and they got to about $1,500 or so, and then we donated another chunk of change.
Yeah.
So like we have done double what we said we were going to do. and they're still about fifteen to $18,000 off of their goal from having that final home built, tiny home built on their property, which is helping people who have been trafficked and exploited. Like, I can't think of a better fucking thing to donate money to.
Right.
Like, it's just insane. I'm doing something that I don't normally do because we were so close to the bottom. I don't know how far up I'm going to go. All right. Joshua Miller said, I'm a father of 3. My wife chose to have an affair because she said she had a lot of life left to live. Life left to live. Me being 30, her being 26. I build helicopters for the Marines, and she said that she would rather be with someone who is poor than with someone who works all the time. And I told her that I have a purpose and what I do affects more lives than she could possibly understand. But then I found out about her and these other people that she was with, and I have been struggling on how to proceed forward. I come home, I'm alone, and when I'm at work, I'm alone, and I feel misunderstood by my friends and family. That's a lot.
What a disgusting soul she has.
That's a lot. Timber. There needs to be a better word for falling over.
Yeah.
Because it's not timber. I mean, it's outlined in timber, but it's not timber. It's a chalkboard. You have she's made it very clear that she wants a life different than what you're providing for her. And it sounds to me that this is one of those situations where couple counseling either needs to happen or divorce papers need to be drawn.
Yeah.
Because this is not a beating around the bush. This was very clear. This is not what I want in life. And at 20,
and it was shown a very, very selfish way.
Yeah. And at 26 years old, she's a quarter of the way through her life. So are you. Like, you guys are still very young. Mm-hmm. And if this isn't what she wants and you're doing the thing that's making you happy, this just isn't compatibility to me.
Right. And that's okay.
I don't think it's, people need to realize that just because you're not wanting to be married or like doing the thing, that it's not from a place of fuck you. I still love you. This just isn't what I want out of life. Mm-hmm. And I'm not willing to give up who I am and my security and things that make me happy to be miserable.
Right.
So that you can go and fuck other people. Like, that's just not okay with me. And that, it just needs to be it.
I would look into like divorced dad groups, divorce support groups. I would avoid groups because a lot of those groups just devolve into shit talking the person that cheated on them.
Yeah.
Or the person that they were hurt by. I would really look into a community. If you're not in the Discord, I would check out the Discord.
Yeah, for sure.
I was going to say Facebook, but even Facebook groups, most of them are debauchery and loathing. And you're not going to gain anything worthwhile from those, in my perspective.
You know what the difference between Facebook and our Patreon is?
That you have to pay to be in it?
It's a paywall.
Yeah.
So the people who are paying to be there are there for a fucking reason.
Yeah, they're not going to waste their money.
Right. Let's see. Jenny said, I'm bothered that you live so far away. Like, how dare you?
I know, it's such an inconvenience.
Have you both come to New Mexico? Not much here, but there is a lot here. We actually have not been. That's one of the places I've never been. New Mexico, Utah. Utah is a bucket list place in the United States. I can't believe we haven't actually gone there yet. And I think it's a comfort thing. Like, it's kind of like Vegas.
Yeah.
So we could go to Nevada instead, and I know where everything is there, but I think that I would enjoy Utah more because I've never been there. But Jay said, that's how I feel about Chris, laughing my ass off. That's funny. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I can't believe that somebody living the best version of their life is to be a slut.
Right.
That's wild to me.
I think that's programming.
Oh, I believe it. It's what feminism has pushed a lot of recently. And corporations jump on it. You be your best boss bitch version of you, girl. Yeah. Collect your bag and spread your legs.
Vibe said, get in the Discord. I would be more than happy to talk to this soldier. So guys, if there are men listening that is looking for a community like that, we do have it. In our Discord, there's a public men's group and then there's a private men's group that's only got about 15 people in it. It is a paid group, but we have once a month Zoom calls or live, phone calls or whatever through Discord. It's not Zoom, it's through Discord. But we do calls once a month. There's monthly challenges. We do quarterly breakdowns. We are trying to make better men out of the people who are there. It's very different than your women's group. I know I say that every time, but it's because I see how much you do with your women's group and it makes me feel less than.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for. You're fucking killing it. And I'm proud of you for it. I just realize like women need so much more than men do.
Yeah.
And there's a guilt in me. Like I've thought about disbanding my men's group several times because they're paying to be a part of the group to get a phone call with me once a month. And we quickly run through problems and they don't need my attention the way that women need your attention.
Yeah.
But we are not emotional creatures like you guys are. We need a direction and go get it. And they do. And we check in. Did you get it? Cool. This is what we're doing now. Okay, we're going to go. It's very different. Like, I don't know. But I think that's more of a me hang up than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think if you scheduled more calls, people would participate in it.
Maybe. I just don't want to have phone calls and talk about hanging out.
Then you just get off the phone call.
Yeah. Then I feel guilty.
Why?
Because if people are enjoying the interaction and they're paying to be there, shouldn't I be giving them my time?
I have made it very clear that I'm not here to talk about baking cookies or homesteading.
Yeah.
That can be done in the group chat. The phone calls are for group sharing, seeking advice, actually talking to me on the phone.
Yeah.
And we've had one women's call that lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah. Nobody's got anything? Okay.
All right. Bye, guys. Talk to you next week. I love you all. Smooches. They're only going to get out what they put into it. I'm also not here to hold hands.
Right.
I'm going to say once, does anybody else have anything to share? And be like, all right, guys, I have nothing else for today. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing yourself with us. Talk to you guys in the group chat.
Yeah. William D. Manning on Facebook said, let the girl get a divorce because she's trying to live her childhood life for being free. I wouldn't let that worry me. Go on because there's somebody out there who would love to have his love and his devotion to him. I fucking agree with that.
And the life that he can provide.
Right. And he is. You know how many women say that they want to protect her and they want a man who's willing to go out there and grind and do the things that man is doing?
Right.
Yeah. Kalisa said, when you guys come to Utah, I will walk to wherever you are. LOL. I walk across the state. I will walk across the state. Dude, we can get to Zion National in 2 hours. That's good to know. Tara said, y'all want to try again for the Texas Ren this year? Maybe. We have the mod retreat in November that I still need to book the place for. We have something big every single month for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Except for July and September. And I didn't book July because 4th of July. That can get expensive.
Yeah, I would also like to do something with the kids over the summer.
Right. Well, I mean, we could book something with the kids and try to get Zach and Jenny back out. The fucking kids love them.
Yeah, they do.
We love them. Good time. Vibe said, to be better, maybe you could make a veteran service members kind of channel. I'm sure that we could do that. It would be very easy to put that in Discord, and it would have to be maybe make it so that people have to show their DD 214 to get in.
Mm-hmm. No stolen valor here.
Yeah. Scrolling. All right, here we go. Same guy. This is from the soldier. Yes, I had to file Chapter 13 bankruptcy, so they deduct $692 from my paycheck every 2 weeks. And I have to sell my house and everything the government has gave her free, and has to sell my house and everything, period. The government has gave her free housing and food stamps, and I'm drowning right now. I went to the hospital to get mental health, and I'm doing a lot better now. But I just hate that my kids don't understand why I'm not with them anymore. And it breaks my heart because we were together for 10 years and I put everything I had into our family and it's all gone. It wasn't my fault. Even if it was, it happened. Even if it was 100% your fault, it happened.
It's done.
This is where you're at now. So all of that, what happened. Mm-hmm. You need to let it go. You need to focus on reestablishing a relationship with your children via phone, FaceTime, whatever you got to do. If If you live in the same town, make sure that you're going out like to dinner with them and actually knowing your children. You'll hear so many people say that your kids will grow up and understand one day. They will, but that doesn't solve the relationship problem.
Right. You have to participate.
Right. You have to build that. And if you wait until they're 25 years old to build that foundation, you might be trying to build a foundation with somebody that you don't like.
Yeah.
And that's a very real fear. And it's something to be aware of. So if you have the opportunity to take care of yourself and to do this now, fucking do it now, guys. Jay said that's factual. Some of our deepest combos last 4 to 5 texts, and I know what I need to do or how I need to proceed because we don't need the emotional ties. I truly believe that men do best when you wind us up, point us in a direction, and let us fucking go. Not all men. There are some men that need to be cuddled and like need a space to cry on their shoulder, and that's fine, but that's not the majority of us. So Jenna said that your women's call is self-care to her. I believe that. Guys, I don't eavesdrop on my wife when she's doing those calls, but I absolutely pass through the room sometime.
Or pop out on the front porch while I'm sitting out there.
Right. Or there'll be the very random scenario where we're in the van.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear what goes on in those calls. I hear you.
Yeah.
I don't hear them.
Right.
So, but I you got your earpods in. You fucking live with those things. I don't know how you do it. The idea of having earpods in my ears gives me the heebie-jeebies. That's why I got my Bose. But that I believe that self-care. You guys are connecting and like sharing energy back and forth. That's a whole ass thing. I totally believe that to be a self-care thing. Bethany said those woman calls are structured so perfectly. I was so nervous the first one, but talked more my second one.
I'm so proud of you for doing that. There are women who have jumped into the group. It's their first time on the call and they're just they give it their all.
Well, you're only going to get what you put into it.
Right.
I wish that more people would understand that. Somebody said that they wish that there was a spot available in one of your groups. I'm checking availability right now because I believe you have availability in some of your groups.
I have availability in all 3 of my groups.
Do you?
Yes.
How fucking rare is that? You really do. Yes, you do. You have 9 spots in the Sacred Sisterhood and oh, it says sold out. It's 4 is that. You really do. Yes, you do. In the Sacred Sisterhood. Oh, it says sold out. But it says sold out on out or canceled, and they're still in the month. That one says sold out though. But you do have spots. So Raven, you said that you can't wait for a spot to open in Sacred Sisterhood. There's 9 of them currently available.
I wonder who it was. Huh. What about the Women's Thrive group?
There's at least 20 spots in there. That one's doing. I only checked the big 2.
Okay.
The ultimate one, the one that you created, the awakened one, I think is one that I'm going to be paying the most amount of attention to because I think that might be. I might drop my men's group and do that.
Yeah.
Only. And keep a private group for the guys who have been paying this entire time, but just not charge them for it, and then do a big tier.
Yeah.
To do the weekly calls because I think, or bi-weekly calls, because I think that working with somebody one-on-one is going to give them a lot more. And I know that I don't need to be on the phone for an hour.
Right.
So
thinking about bumping that up to 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to really think about that though.
Yeah, it's time consuming.
It is.
So
phone calls are going to be an hour each.
Abby said, I am so fucking excited for the mod retreat. Bethany said, my mom always said, I'm training you to not rely on a man. It took me a long time to break that and say, but I want a man. Love that.
Bro.
Iggy said, I want to go off grid that entire weekend. I'm assuming she's talking about the North Carolina meet or the couples retreat.
I've done that every retreat.
Yeah.
Just gone. No technology, and it's fantastic.
It's hard to go back to the technology after we've been disconnected.
It is. I've also decided, I don't know how many people who are going to go to the North Carolina retreat are here and present. I've decided that I'm going to do a sound bath. I'm going to bring my bowls. I'm going to practice a little bit. I'm going to start doing them in the morning, start waking the kids up earlier. I mean, they wake up early anyway.
Yeah.
But
you'll have to let me know when you do that, because if I'm awake, I have to leave the room.
I'm probably going to set it up on the front porch or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, it's not all of them. Not all of them do that, but some of them sound like tinnitus. It sounds like going to the gun range without ear protection to me. It's kind of painful. Hannah asked if VOB Voice of the Broken will drop tonight. It's not. We did not record one this week. We had an ayahuasca ceremony last weekend, and even recording on Monday, it's heavy, and I can't do depressive conversation right now. It's too much for me. So I opted to not do one this week. That I and I will record next week, and we'll get back on the swing of that. But I needed time to adjust.
Recoup.
Yeah. Joshua, again, this is also the military guy, said, "Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I watch your videos when I have free time. I'll try my best to deal with her the best I can. She's always wants to fight, yell, and scream about things. So I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys more than you know. You don't have to scream and fight.
Yeah,
dude.
you don't have to engage with that. The moment she starts getting elevated, I can tell you're becoming emotional. Call me back when you've calmed down. Click.
Yeah.
She starts blowing up your messages. Leave her on red.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to look at them.
It takes two people to have an argument.
It does.
And if you engage, you are choosing to have an argument.
Eventually, over time, she's going to recognize that she's not going to be able to get the energy from you that she's become accustomed to.
Yeah.
That's something that I had to learn with my ex. I'm not going to sit here and engage with arguments in you. I'm not going to have a 3-hour conversation just for you to go, I'm sorry, I overreacted at the end of it.
Right.
Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Disorganized bitch.
That sorry doesn't fucking negate the fact that you treated
Right.
me like shit because you were being emotionally charged.
Yeah.
Same dude said, in case nobody has told you lately, I appreciate your hard work and dedication.
Thank you.
It means a lot, guys. We're doing this for you guys, so I'm glad that you guys are finding value in it.
I saw that Buff Bell asked for the price of my sacred sisterhood. It's $115 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody actually answered her, which is why I scrolled past and didn't say anything.
I think that was the incorrect price, though.
Sacred
Janae was
sister.
correct.
Yeah. Jessica Piotr said, I refer to those calls as therapy calls.
I love that.
Tim and Miranda said, men are emotional. Society just taught them that they aren't. So men have a hard time recognizing when any emotion surfaces. Alexithymia is very common. Distractions through direction isn't always healing. And I say this because once the task is over, the emotion eventually rises to the surface again. Direction is needed, but so is learning to connect emotion to needs. I understand your point there, and I agree with everything that you said. I think that you took my statement of point us in a direction, wind us up, and let us go differently than what was intended. Because when I say my men call, my men's group, a lot of the conversations are about business, finances, leading the home, things of that nature. If there is emotional conversation there, those calls last for an hour or two. Like, those are very different phone calls than the typical phone calls where we're trying to get things in alignment and making sure that people have everything. And now that you've said that, I need to make it very clear that we hold space for people in the men's group. If there's something going on and you guys need to talk, we stay there and we problem solve together. There is a space for emotional vulnerability in that space or in that group without allowing ugliness. So I do believe that men are emotional creatures. I don't think that we are emotional creatures the way that women are. And I think that that's ingrained in our DNA. It would be a whole lot harder for us to hunt, murder, and like bring food home if we were emotional like you guys are.
Yeah.
So, and granted, even that can be learned and removed over time, but Marcus Elliott is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Marcus. Buff Bell, same. I am not leaving the house ever again without my prana mat. That's one of the best things I've ever purchased for myself.
Demetria said, I remember literally shaking on my first call with the ladies, but it was one of the most healing calls. And I'm so proud of being a part of that one of a kind and loving community.
You did so great. You spoke so eloquently and with confidence.
Iggy said, people go to Facebook to complain. People go to To Be Better Discord to improve. Fucking sales ad right there.
Those are nuts. These are nuts. I'm eating cashews. I have a sweet tooth, but sweets aren't doing it for me anymore after that combo cleanse.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Sophie sent a $2 super chat, but there's no text. If you want to send your text, I'm looking for it. So you don't have to send another super chat. I don't want to miss just because you didn't enter the message. Sweets are The first ceremony kind of killed him for me, but since we've been back, that's all I want. I'm craving sugar like you wouldn't fucking believe.
I can make sticky rice tonight.
Yeah.
I have to do an Instacart order.
A piranha mat?
I'm a piranha.
Marcus said, thanks for always saying hi, Chris and Peach. Dude, thanks for being here for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Jenny said, you guys make me want to try a retreat despite the fear. Say when.
We'll pay for you.
Right? Say when.
We'll make it happen.
Absolutely. And if you want us to guardian there and not go into the medicine, we'll do that too. We'll hold space for you, Jenny. You fucking say when.
Yes.
Oh, man. Des said we bring you into the fold and cover you with a cloak that you cover you with a cloak and have you lower your armor. That's the men's group. We really have become a pretty tight knit of guys in there because all the people that are there are people who've been there for more than a year.
Yeah.
The people who pop in and don't interact end up not staying, or they come in thinking that they're going to get something that they're not getting and they leave. The ones who are there that are doing the work are making crazy progress. Though I mean, look at him. He's fucking multiple business owner now. Like, Felicia on Facebook said, "Thank you for everything you guys do. Thank you for everything you've done so far. Your podcast has saved me and my relationship in ways I didn't know I needed to be saved. I'm still learning and growing to be the best version of myself, not only for me, but for my future husband. Thank you guys so much."
I'm so proud of you.
And I'm crying again. Bethany said, "Go join the Discord, everyone. This month's women's group homework is intense, but it's worth it."
Yep. I have my Women's Thrive group reading Understanding the Borderline Mother this month. Well, for the month of May. I have, so I try to post the book prescription a week in advance before the month starts. So all of the women can purchase what they need to get. And I've had women who already finished it. Both groups have just blown through the month's book.
It says a lot.
It does.
Jay said, "I will be going to the next ceremony when it's posted online. Still only the women's retreat is listed. I'll let you know as soon as it's there." Peyton is in the chat. Hello, Peyton. We're doing well. I hope that you're doing well as well.
Hello.
Jay, if we can, so I know that there will be a retreat in May for women only, which means they'll probably be doing one in June that will be for everyone. I also know that the one that they're doing in May for the women's retreat will be the last one that they do in Pensacola. The rest of them are going to be in Central Florida. I think that they're going to end up probably doing a whole lot of them at that ranch.
I would love that. The energy coming from that 160,000 acres of national forest behind them was
a lot.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Yep. I also have a spiritual connection to that fire pit now.
Yeah.
Can you scroll up a little bit, please?
Sure.
Okay, pause. I'm going to say Shaylee. I would love to join the women's group, but I feel like I have too much baggage to unpack. Don't want to put that on you guys. So I say this almost every single call for both of my women's groups. I want my women's groups to be a place where you guys are not expected or feel the pressure to be perfect. This is a place, I want it to be a bubble outside of your real world where you can come and put everything down that you're carrying and be able to just breathe for a little bit.
It's important to remember too that you're not, there's no way for you to go and just unpack all of your bags.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. If that was the case, therapy would be a one and done. You go to a one single session, unload your shit and go. It doesn't work that way. So if you've got a whole lot of things that you need to unpack, you find one piece of it and you go and unpack it. You just wait and you slowly heal yourself.
I have almost 100 women in both of my groups, like combined. It's about 100 ladies. And I feel very confident in saying and speaking for all of them that we are here for you. You are not a burden to us.
Lacey said, "I absolutely love y'all's dynamic. I'd love to join a group, but do you have any suggestions on how to get my husband involved when he has already given up on being a husband?" I think there's a conversation there that needs to happen as why he's given up. And then you need to be able to understand and hear exactly what is being stated.
Bye, Dean.
Yeah. Have a good day, brother.
Much love to you.
Taylor in Life said, selfishly, I want a ceremony to happen in Alaska.
I don't think that's selfish at all.
I think it's possible.
I don't know. They say temperature has to be just right for the medicine.
Right. Well, I mean, they have nice days in Alaska in the summertime.
Okay.
But I mean, you could also come to Florida. Jay said, I appreciate you always keeping me in the loop. Words can't express the gratitude of potential guardianship. If you end up doing ceremony and we have the ability for it, we could get you from the airport and get you to the airport, depending on where that's a whole thing. We can text about it. There's no reason to get into that on the fucking podcast, but. Danish said, I have not spoken once in the women's call, but it's mainly because I'm either at work or not able to speak at the time, but I utilize the chat a lot.
Yes. I love that. I love that you also show up on the calls. I appreciate your participation and being present.
You want to talk about that while I go pee?
Again, from Tailoring Life, do you have single people in your women's groups or just women in relationships? Both. There are married women. There are women who are just getting into relationships. There are women just getting out of relationships. There are women who have been single for years. There is no requirement besides having a vagina. And the willingness to be present. Bubbas? I know you, big doobie boy. He still has baby face. And it gets me. Gosh, I'm such a pushover for babies. I know, I love you. You want to come here? Come on. I know, come on. Not you, Bubbas. Come on, Ivy. You want to come up here? Bane. I know. She my sweet baby. We're not gonna kiss my face. Down. Good girl, yeah.
You gotta call it.
Yes, I do.
Get on your bed, Bubba.
I would like to get food before that.
Right, I just realized it's almost 3 o'clock, which is why. Dude, get on your bed. I was actually thinking that we should probably not use this as content.
Why?
Because it's kind of all over the place. But I do think we're going to use it because we did the recording. We might as well. I'm going to scroll down and look for super chats. I saw something about ceremony. Hang on. How far in advance do they plan ceremonies? I'm thinking about fall, if you guys will hold my hand. Peaches and I plan on going to these ceremonies monthly. So even if it's just to be a guardian and hold space and not be in the medicine, we'll be.
I mean, the guardians still take medicine.
Very, very small amount.
Yeah.
Just to first, connection.
I don't know. After hearing Troy's experience and then Ashley talking about how she thought she was just taking a little bit, and then
it'd be like that sometimes.
The medicine will give you what you need in the moment.
It'd be like that. It do be like that. There have been nights where I've taken a lot and it's not done shit. But all right, let's wrap up. I don't want you to miss your call, and I too am actually hungry. So
okay.
And we're an hour. It's 2 hours. 2 hour episode. The longest Friday content we've done in probably 5 months. So we'll get back to our normal, regularly scheduled programming next week with the live streams and the times that we go live and do the work thing. But right now, I just I needed time, and so did she. So. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to be doing an After Dark tomorrow night, which will probably be to our entire Patreon, like the entire Discord, not just to the Ultimate tier, where we will be going into our second ceremony experience, where we talk about our experience with ayahuasca and what we went through and learned. Probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, so that we're not here super late.
Yeah.
And thanks for tuning in, guys. We made this for you. We hope you enjoy it.
Real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Before jumping off, I could have sworn I just saw somebody ask about my women's groups and LGBTQ. I do not care about your sexual orientation, as long as it's not children.
Right.
You could be polyamorous. You can be into women. You could be a woman yourself and dating a trans person. You're all welcome.
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
how like self-important do you have to be to worry about what somebody else is doing with their sexual life?
Hmm.
Like when you really think about it, that's fucking insane.
Yeah. It boils down to you're a woman and you need support.
Yeah.
And we're here for you.
How do we want to add we made this for you, thanks for being here? How we need to figure that out because I want to make that a two thing. I don't want to do you're the author of your own life anymore. I mean, it's still kind of like that. Maybe we'll do that for the main podcast and do a separate sign off for something else, but
maybe. We'll figure it out.
okay. Well, we made this for you. We hope you enjoy it.
Bye, guys.
Bloop. Mute.